Casual paladins, and I'm like, oh, Tracy's gonna stream paladins.
Streaming paladins. Okay, that's funny. Maybe I will stream. Anyways, thanks, babe. Love you. Okay. Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me. If you are new to my channel, hello. Welcome to the Jellyfish Club. I'm Tracy, and I post mainly content related to the best format ever, i.e. Commander. And today, we're going really back to basics in this video, and we're going to be talking about, like, Commander kind of like 101, and specifically focused on, like, building a commander deck, because I actually got I got inspired by Sybin. What is his like name thing? I don't really know, but Sybin on Sybin lore. There we go. I don't know. He might have changed his name at this point. I have no idea. I can't keep it with other people, but anyways, he had asked, like, how do you get into Commander? Like, I want to get into Commander, but I have no idea like what to do. And I was like, that's such a cool video idea. So here I am filming this video for you, Sybin. Hello. So anyways, I kind of just wanted to do this and kind of like wanted to kind of talk about this as if like I was just new to Commander and like what would I do? Like what would be things like strategies that like I would use? So that's what we're talking about. So here are 5 tips in this video on basically just getting into like deck building and all that kind of stuff. So let's hop into it. So the first thing I would say is start out with colors you like, because I think it's really important for you, and I think everyone does this whether they admit it or not, because some people are like, I love all the colors equally, and it's like, no you don't. Like there are colors that you prefer to enjoy playing more than others. The reality is I'm just not a red mage. I try really hard, and every time I just like, it's just not my jam. I feel like every time I build like a dual deck or like a tri deck and it has red in it, there's like 5 red cards. Like I'm not a red mage. It's just not my jam. So I would say try to start with like cards or colors that you know, like, wow, I really want to cast this magic card. That's something that I feel like has always been like helpful if I'm like, oh, I don't know what deck to build. Like what card do I just love? Do I just really want to run? Start there, and that's going to be really helpful because that narrows down your choices. The second thing is and this I guess kind of like falls then it like I guess in the next step of like what I would do is to look for those specific colors. And I guess I should also say, one thing I would recommend for your first commander deck is to build a 1 or a 2 color commander deck, and I want to tell you why. You might be like fall absolutely in love with a tri or quadra? Yeah, quadra, I guess, or quint, what is 5? Quints? What? Does anyone remember that movie Quints on Disney Channel? I loved that movie when I was a kid. Anyways, so you might be really inclined to build a 3, a 4, or 5 color deck, but I'm here to tell you the mana base is jank. I've been playing Commander for I don't even know how many years, and I still struggle with the mana base of like a 5 color commander deck. So I would honestly recommend starting out with a 1 or a 2 color max deck, because your mana base is going to be it's going to be much easier, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So after you figured out your single color or your dual color, a website that I would really recommend that I will link in the down bar below is the Gatherer. And this is like a really, really cool thing, because what you can do with the Gatherer is you can look at specific colors, commanders, you can select the colors, and you can type in legendary, and then just like look at all the different types of commanders. Or honestly, you could just go to Google and type in, like, let's just say you want to build a green-blue deck, green-blue MTG commanders, and pop up, and then you've got like a million commanders. It's also a really good color combination. If you're looking for my top rec, love the green-blue color combination. Super A+. So that would be my second tip. The third tip I would say is to find a commander and build a deck around that commander. And a website that I really, really, really enjoy, and like I don't want to say seasoned Magic player, but like I've been playing the game for a minute now, but I still use this website, and that is EDH Rec. And I really, really love this website because I love this website for so many reasons. So the first thing is like you have your commander. So like I'm just gonna take what's a good commander? I'll just take Avacyn, because I have an Avacyn deck and it's a monocolor deck. Let's just say I was in the market to build Avacyn. Something that it does is it organizes it into different categories on the website. So for example, it says new cards for this deck. So any like new white cards or any new like artifacts or like instant sorceries, anything will be listed towards the top of the page. So anything new that comes out. it's on there. So this is really helpful. Again, even if you are an experienced player, you can like look at this and say, oh, someone decided to put this new card from the set I forgot about. It's on there, which I love. Then it separates this into like most popular, and then it has like instant sorceries, artifacts, creatures, all that kind of stuff. And then one thing that I really like that it does is it lists the percentages of people who run that card in the deck. So you can determine and say, huh, a lot of people are running this card. I'm probably going to want this card too. And I guess kind of with this additionally, another website that you could use is Tapped Out. I put all my decks on Tapped Out, honestly, for a couple of reasons. I put my decks on Tapped Out because it's really helpful for you guys whenever I film a deck tech and then someone was like, hey, I really like the list. It's on there, which is super helpful. Another reason is, which I was actually going to lend into the fourth point, which is to, once you've looked at all of your cards on EDH Rec, and you're like, okay, I've got a lot of these cards, where do I put them? I go to Tapped Out, and then one thing that I like to do, and this kind of lends itself into point number 5, so I'm going to kind of talk about them together, is I look at all of the cards that I have already, and I pull them out. I say, and maybe they might have been on that EDH Rec list, they might not have, I might go through all the cards that I already own in my trade binder, and I have a box of cards that I look through that I keep EDH staples, and I go through and I pull all the stuff out that I already have. I go to Tapped Out and I add them to the list because I'm like, okay, these are cards that are going to be in my deck. And then I have my EDH Rec tab open and I look at both of them and I say, okay, these are cards that I'd like to purchase. I don't own them. I'd like to either purchase or trade for them. And then I add them to a maybe board. And probably what's going to happen to you, because this happens to me too, is you add, you have a commander deck, which is 100 cards, and let's just say you add 130 cards. That's normal, and that's okay. Don't delete all of those cards on there. You might say, I have priorities for these cards that I need to purchase, but then those other 30 cards I'm not sure about. Keep those extra cards because there is going to be cards in this list that you build that are just not going to work. That's the reality of it. Again, I have built a many commander decks. Not necessarily all the commander decks that I've built have lasted, but I've built a many commander decks. And there are still cards that I put in there that just don't work. I put them in there thinking this card's going to be great, and it doesn't. Now I'm like, oh my god, what card do I put in its place? You'll look back at your tapped out list, and there you go. You have those 30 cards there, and you can pick one of those. You might build your list and your deck, and you might play it a couple times, and you might say, I don't have enough mana acceleration. Look at your list. Oh, we put a couple mana rocks. You might look at your list and not realize you don't have enough creatures, which is something that happens. For me, again, I feel like I'm at the point now where like I build a deck and I'm pretty like happy with it. Of course, there's going to be cards that just don't work, but I feel like the thing that I sometimes have done is I haven't run enough creatures. Sometimes I just forget because I get lost in like instants and sorceries where I'm like, oh, kind of need to run more creatures. So yeah, guys, that is everything about this video on like Commander 101, I would say. Let me know if you have any other video ideas for me to do in like a Commander 101 kind of series. I don't think I really have any other videos planned, but I do film like a ton of Commander videos. If you're new to my channel, videos that I really enjoy that I post are the EDH cards under $1. If you're on a budget, these are really, really good videos to watch because I talk about 10 cards in all different colors that are just really good budget cards. So, yeah, and I also talk about EDH cards worth the money in totally different videos, which are really nice because, you know, they're like, hey, is it worth it to invest in this card or not? But these are just 5 tips to help you get started with building a commander deck. I hope this video was helpful. Please like it if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.